Like, oh, you look over there. Oh, you look over there. Are you supposed to smile? Yeah. Oh, shoot. I did not. I guess you
All right, Pirate fans and surrounding areas, welcome to another episode of the Coach Travis Rasbeary Weekly Podcast. This is the podcast where we talk RF Lady Pirates soccer. As you can see on the screen, we got some special guests. It's always exciting when we get the players on. The podcast with Coach Travis and I it's fun, but when we have the ladies out, it's that more exciting. And so I'm going to introduce the ladies here in just a bit. I'm actually going to have them introduce themselves. But Coach Rasbeary, the first thing I want to do is congratulate you on the win last night. So the Pirates Cove crew, we've been out there the last 2 games, and we were able to live stream the Bishop game and last night's game against Ingleside. And that game is still on the Pirates Cove Sports Network, our YouTube channel. So if you guys haven't had an opportunity to take a look at the game, definitely check it out. These girls are very, very talented. They're 3-0 in district. You can't start any better than they have. They're scoring a lot of goals. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit of what I have seen, ask the girls some questions. And then when we're done with the ladies, then we'll give the hard questions to Coach Rasbeary. We'll kind of get his thoughts on the last couple of games, and he'll preview the upcoming district games. But Coach, congratulations! I mean, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun for us to watch these girls. They were ranked when the season started. You can kind of see why, but just your thoughts on what you've seen from the Lady Pirates here in these last couple of games.
Oh, it's been awesome. I told the girls because I always want to compare myself to like the years before. I think last year I said the carrot that I was chasing was to beat the person on Max Preps that had the best record before me. And I told the girls that the last time we were 3-0 in district, I think Ari was a freshman. I think is what we figured out, and we were in a less difficult district to be in, and so they're accomplishing a lot. And I think the future looks very bright for us.
Coach, it's a lot of fun. I'm telling you, these girls are very talented, and I've enjoyed watching. And we're going to stream. I know you girls are fixing to go on the road here in a couple of weeks. Got like maybe 4 or 5 games, I think, where you're going to be on the road. But we've already planned for that Cal Allen game. When you play them, we're definitely going to be out there for that one. And maybe we can catch another one. This Friday, we'll be at the basketball. So we won't be out there. We'll be live streaming the basketball game. But definitely the Pirate fans, when you guys get an opportunity, especially at home, you want to come out and see the ladies. I'm telling you, a lot of talent, and they play hard. Ladies, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to introduce yourselves. Nobody knows who you are unless your family's watching, but for the community and surrounding areas, you guys pick who goes first. If you can kind of give us your jersey number, your name, and what position you play for the Lady Pirates.
Yeah. My name is Aariana and I'm number 20 and I play striker and sometimes midfield.
Oh, my name is Lauren Holden. I'm number 21 and I play midfield and sometimes striker.
My name's Carli. I'm number 6 and I play left wing.
I'm Kandis. I'm number 13 and I play forward.
Awesome, ladies. And so Aariana, you're the senior. I believe Lauren, you're a junior. Carli, you're a sophomore. Or Lauren, are you a sophomore or junior?
Sophomore. Yes.
Sophomore. Okay. Wow. So Ariana's a senior, Lauren sophomore, Carli sophomore, and Kandis is a junior. So 3 of the 4 are coming back, Coach. You gotta be excited about that. I mean, losing Ari obviously is going to be a loss when she goes, but to have the other 3 come back, what you're doing, and to know that you're going to have 2 of the 3 for 2 more years, and then Kandis coming back, it's got to excite you and in the program and seeing what these girls are doing. So, ladies, congratulations on the win last night, 3-0 in district. You beat Beeville. That's always a tough matchup, but 3-1, that was a good win for us. And then 10-0 over Bishop in district game number 2. And then last night, 4-2 over Ingleside. Ari, I'll start with you. You know, when last night I was looking for number 20 when the game started, and I was I think I said it on air. I was like, hey, I don't see number 20. I don't think she's out here. I was looking and looking, and I said she probably went to go play basketball, right? And then later on, I'm looking on the field and I see number 20 with the ball. I said, now I know that I didn't see her early on because I looked carefully. So then your mom put a comment where you went to go play the game, you guys won, and then you hurried back and got on the field, scored a goal, then start the game and won the game. What was it like for you yesterday to play both? I think that's hard. Bless your heart for doing it, but getting a win, you don't really get to celebrate. You win, okay, we won. Yeah, I have. Okay, now you got to get in the car, get dressed, get over to the soccer field, and win. What was that like for you last night, getting the win in basketball and soccer?
I actually didn't get to celebrate with the basketball team, like with the win. I left like maybe 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and um, obviously I knew we had the win in the bag. We were up by 20 whenever I left, and then I went to soccer. On the way to soccer, I was watching it. I was watching it off of the live on YouTube, and we were about to pull in, and they scored. I was like, God dang it! And once I got there, I was already changed and everything. I told Raspberry, I literally remember I was running into the gate, and I was like, Raspberry, I'm here. And he was like, okay, you ready? And I was like, yes. And I got literally we scored. Kandis actually scored, and then I went right on, and then from there, just I knew we were gonna win. We had to win.
It was. Talk about your preparation for younger girls that obviously that want to do what you do, play two sports. Talk about your preparation. How do you prepare? Like the week, you got classes, school studies, uh, got some good coaches. Obviously, they share you, right? I know Coach Rasbeary wants you on the soccer field as much as he can have you. Coach Gonzalez, we've had him on the podcast. He needs you and wants you up there. But how do you prepare the week, Monday? It's got to be a long week for you. Your mindset, how do you prepare yourself to be able to get ready for, say, like last night, going to two games, and getting your mind right because you have to play basketball. You got to come back and play soccer. So it goes from basketball to soccer. But just your energy. How do you have all that energy? And I know you're young, but that's still a lot of energy you're giving out.
Honestly, it just comes with the family. Like my family, there's six. I have six siblings. Like there's six of us total. I have five other siblings. So it's always something. We either got boxing matches, yeah, basketball games, soccer games. It's just kind of like repeatedly. And like for basketball and soccer, I prepare myself like watching film. Like I watch film for soccer and I'll watch it for basketball. And like after my basketball game, on the way to my soccer game, my mom was sitting there just talking to me, and she was like, "You got to be ready. You got to go on the field. You got to get a goal." And I was like, "I don't know if I'm gonna get a goal," but then I got that nice goal, and I was like, "Okay."
That was nice. Yeah, it was really, really nice. I want to ask you about your teammates. You're the senior. These girls next to you are young. Just give your thoughts on their play. They're playing great. I mean, Kandis is, I think, coach. I think he said she was up for Caller Times. Is that correct?
Yeah, she's up for Caller Times Player of the Week.
Player of the Week. Doing some great things, scoring goals the last couple of games, and she's going to be a force. I mean, I think just watching Kandis play, it puts more pressure on top of having Anaí and you have Lauren up there and Carli. Now you add Kandis. If people got, I mean, I don't know how they're going to stop, right? I mean, they got to pick one, pick your poison, right? Because I think looking at the last two games, we're good on the top side, on the bottom side. I mean, defenses are really going to have a hard time because we can score in so many ways. But talk a little bit about your teammates, what you've seen from them. I mean, they're playing great.
One thing I see from them is they don't give up. Like they don't give up at all. We could have like easily just shut down yesterday once they scored, but we didn't. We fought and we fought to the end, and that's one thing I love. And whenever Kandis came, she just fit right in. Honestly, like we didn't. Usually, I'll be like, I don't really know. But Kandis was just different. Like there was something about her that was different. I'm glad she chose to join us this year. I'm glad I get to play with her my last year. And like last year, I had my cousin up top with me as a striker, and we like read each other like a book. And I thought it was gonna be a little difficult with Kandis, but it's like it's not even different. Like I never had so much chemistry with somebody that I really didn't know.
Yeah, I tell you, I didn't know her either. I started went to the games, and Coach was sending me, the stats after the game, and Kandis Tidwell 2 goals, Kandis Tidwell a goal, and I'm like, man, I've never talked. Coach has never, we never even had a conversation. Who is she? And then Coach, I asked him, and he told me, Kandis, I mean, you're a special player. Do you play any other sports outside of soccer?
No, sir.
Wow. Be nice if you did with that athleticism you got. But let's talk a little bit about your game. You've come in. I mean, if people haven't noticed you, they have to now. You're making an impact. You know what's impressive is you're fast. How fast are you? Are you, Coach? Is she the fastest player you got on the team?
If she's not, she's pretty dang close to it.
Wow, you're fast. You control the ball very well. You get down the field quick. It's what I saw. They give you the ball. If that defender is behind you, good luck, because you're very quick. You move to the area that you need to, and then you got a powerful kick. Um, Before we ask you about playing for Rockport, how long have you been playing soccer?
I've been playing soccer since I was around 4, 6 years old.
Wow, it definitely shows. And so talk about fitting in the Rockport when you came in. Did you come in this year? Were you here last year?
I got here towards like the end of last year, but I only practiced. I didn't really, because that was also the time they were going to playoffs, so I couldn't really contribute.
So you come in this year, coach says you're on varsity. I talked to coach, and I don't know if you saw the podcast, but he told us what he saw in you and the ability that you had to come in this year and impact the season. And I got to tell you, you have. I mean, I think adding you to what Rockport already had, like I said, man, defenses are going to have to try to figure out stop Ari, stop Lauren, stop Kandis, stop Carl. I mean, take your pick. I wouldn't want to be the coach on the other side trying to stop you guys. What's it been like to play with these ladies? I mean, you are scoring goals. You hear your teammate already say you're fitting right in. Do you feel like, hey, I just came right in, didn't miss a beat, feel good? I mean, what's it like to play with these girls and for the Pirates?
I was timid at first. Like that's how it's always gonna be coming to a new team with nobody you really know. But as the season's like gone by, they've just felt like family to me.
Absolutely. And last night you had a goal, you've had a couple of goals also with a Bishop. Do you know how many goals you have so far this season?
Not from the top of my head. I think. Let me check.
Oh, you know offhand, coach?
It was 6.
Last I saw, I think it was 6. I think her and Ari are tied right now.
We are.
Wow. Wow. So that's a good little friendly competition. I'll beat you, you beat me. We kind of tabs and stuff. Talk to us a little bit about last night's game. What did you see? Ingleside scores first, Kandis. And we wanted to see how you girls would react. And then obviously you came back. I think you scored the goal first and tied it 1-1. And then Ari gets in the mix, Carly gets in the mix, and Lauren. What? Talk to us a little bit about the game. What did you see from the Lady Pirates last night against Ingleside?
I saw a lot of connections. I knew when they scored a goal, like it was just time to go. Like mentally, we were just ready to score. We were ready to beat them. I talk to them always before a game because I'm just like, well, how good are they? Like, what are they good at? What do I need to watch out for? Because I try my best to look at film, but sometimes I can't find any. But I mean, I always try to like ask them like, how good are they and stuff. But I don't know. I saw us, as Ari was saying, like we're determined. So I wasn't like scared that we were gonna lose or we were just gonna give up because we put up a fight.
You girls are playing great right now, and you're a lot of fun to watch. It's a lot of fun to watch. I mean, 3-0, it's great. You want to start off 3-0. You're at home. That you can't start district any better than you ladies have. You know, when I watched the Bishop game, I kind of thought just watching film on Bishop and reading what I could on them, I just thought that we were going to have a good game. We looked like we were more experienced, but I wanted to see if we were going to play at sometimes teams play down to their level, like then we should be able to beat them. So we don't come out with the energy some teams do, right? So I wanted to see, are we going to come out and play with a lot of energy? This is against Bishop, or are we going to struggle a little bit and not pick it up till the second half, right? And you girls, I think you scored 2 goals. Carly, you scored, Kandis, I think you scored like in less than 30 seconds, 15 seconds. I think you took it down and scored. I think we had 2 goals before even 1 minute was played in that game. But you guys came out with a lot of energy. It didn't matter what the other team was like. You guys were playing your game. You came out like if we're playing London or Cal Allen, right? We don't care who the opponent is. We're going to play our game, and you guys never let up, which I think sends a message to all the other teams like, hey man, we're coming. And maybe last year they didn't know about Rockport. We maybe shot teams and coaches, and we made it to the 3rd round. This year, I don't think we're going to surprise anybody. I think people know we're coming. You guys are going to get the best shot from all the teams. And so it's been fun. We're going to keep track of you ladies. But for the Pirate fans, if you have not been out to watch these girls, they're ranked at the start of the season. They're 3-0 in district. We invite and encourage all of the Pirate fans to come out, especially at home, to watch this team. They're exciting. They play hard. There's a lot of talent. These are just 4 Coach Rasbeary's players that are worth coming out and watching. There's others. We haven't really even talked about the defense. I'll get with Coach on the defense, but they're just as exciting watching them play last night. They're very smart, Coach. You see them kicking the ball away from the middle, sometimes kicking it out, giving them a chance to reset. Just exciting to watch. It's not just their athleticism, but they're very smart. And they play smart soccer, which gives us an opportunity to win every game. So when you guys get a chance, definitely want to come out and support these girls. And I was out there, Coach, and a couple of calls. I was in the press box. You could hear the Pirate fans, those passionate Pirate fans we talk about, Coach. They were already starting to jump on those refs a little bit. So you got to love that. Very passionate. Our fans just don't sit in the stands. They'll let you know when they don't like your call. So it's really exciting. Definitely come out. Lauren, so you're young, another player for Coach that's impacting this game. How long have you been playing soccer, Lauren?
I've been playing since about the same age as Kandis, like 4 years old.
Have you always lived here in Rockport?
Yes, sir.
So you're a Pirate, Rockport, true and true. So you've had an impact. All 4 of you ladies play up in the front, always have an opportunity to score. What's it been like for you to play with these teammates here? And talk to us a little bit about your experience playing with Carli, Kandis, and Ari.
They've been great teammates, really. Last year I was a bubble player, which meant I was on JV and I kind of sat the bench for the varsity games. Occasionally going in, but not usually. But it was a great experience to have that time with them, and I kind of got that bonding time last year with them. But this year's been great to be on the field with them, and I think we all have great chemistry together, and I really enjoy playing with them all.
And talk to me a little bit about that chemistry. I mean, because if you see it, and the girls have talked about, it's a family. Coach, we had Coach on last year, and he talked about that was the one thing he wanted to really focus on. He felt like that was missing when he got here, and if he could connect those dots and build that culture and that family, he felt the talent was there. If he could put that together, he felt like this team could do pretty much anything. They could have a great season, which they did. Talk to me your experience. How do you build this chemistry? What is it that you guys do? Y'all hang out outside of school? I mean, how do you continue to build this chemistry and this trust between you and your teammates?
I think the way we build that family like mentality is during practice, we're very locked in, but sometimes we have our, fun moments and things. Like before practice, we're all silly together and bonding over things. And but we also know the time to be serious and to play like we know we can. But I think having that time together, where we just are fun and silly and just be ourselves around each other, I think that builds a lot of chemistry on and off.
Yeah, I think coach just lets you guys be you. I see that. I see it from the basketball team too, and that's why I credit the coaches so much because obviously when you play, it's for me it was always about the wins and the losses. I play to win. If I'm competing for anything, I play to win. I never play just to play. I play to win. If I don't, I'm a good sportsman, but I try to win at anything that I do. Very competitive, always have been. But I think I see from you ladies in basketball the same thing. A lot of smiles. The players play freely. And I think that's great. I think that says a lot about our coaches and the culture that they're building here, allowing the girls to be themselves. And I think that brings out the best in you ladies. So that's awesome. Before I go to Carli, I want to ask you, Lauren, what's your expectation of this team? I'll ask Kandis and Ari also, but how far can this team go this year?
I really think we have a lot of potential to go very far. I think last year we were not held back, but we didn't have we didn't have Kandis. There were some things that we could definitely improve on, but I think this year we have that chemistry and we have Kandis, and I think we have the potential to go a really long way.
You do. All four of you guys are a threat to score. I mean, I was talking to coach, said we got the top. You want to take the top? We'll go the other way. I mean, and I saw what he was talking about. And there's just so many ways for you ladies to score. On top of the fact, I think the defense is great. Desiree Ayala, I think I saw out there doing good. I think the defense is led by Caitlin Garcia. Coach, if I get a name wrong, please correct me. But
you're good. You got it right.
I see Amaris, Kara, I think Hill. I mean, that defense is legit. It's good. And they play smart. That's the thing that caught my eye with the defense last night was they knew what to do. They didn't try to play hero ball or get the ball. I mean, they know what to do. If it's one-on-one, they kick the ball out, take it to the outside away from the middle. And then they let that defense, it's kind of set up. So I think what I saw in these two games was great. And I think what coach is saying is true. We're really a solid team. And I mean, when you can play and win a game without your senior that's here because she's out having to play basketball or something, we don't miss a beat. And that says a lot about the team. If one of your players that you depend on as a captain isn't there, when we don't miss a beat and you girls continue to play, and we've got two sophomores and a junior, that says a lot to me about where we're at this year and where our program is. And right now, ladies, we're in a very good place here, our soccer program, and I'm really excited. And I'll do my part to put that out to the community every time I get a chance to bring more eyes on your program and to get more people to come on out and watch you guys play. Because I think it's well deserved. You guys deserve to have a big crowd out there. All of our athletes do, but our soccer program is doing really, really good. And I'm proud to be able to be a part of doing this podcast, live streaming the games and talking about you ladies. Carli, I'll go to you now. So you were on last year. So I know you're a move-in, right? And we're glad to have you. You're a big part of our success. All you girls are. And I know you talked a little bit about yourself last year, but let's get into the season. And the first thing I'll tell you is before we get to the game is I want to give you an opportunity to talk about your teammates. You heard what they said and the chemistry and all that. I want to get your thoughts on your feeling on the chemistry that you're building with these ladies and what's it like to play with these three girls here next to you, especially up in that front area, because that's where y'all play.
I generally don't think I could ask for a better team. I think my team is amazing. I love each and every one of the girls all so much, and I love how we all push each other to be the best to our ability, and every time someone gets a goal, we're all there to celebrate. And even if we miss, all of us, like we have each other's backs. We tell each other it's going to be okay, and we push each other to do better next time. I think that's what I love most about all of us is how supportive we are on each other.
Absolutely. You know, this year when the podcast started, Coach told me some of the players that left because this year, because we had you and Perla and Taylor, right? And so I was, so being Taylor, because no, Taylor's not here. And, oh no. And then I think we lost our goalie too. So I was like, oh no, no, no. But that happens, you know, players have to leave the program or they go elsewhere, and we wish them luck. But then we keep playing, right? And then we get new players to come in, and it's great. It's great to see that we can lose some players, get some players, and we don't miss a beat, right? So that's awesome. Talk about last night's game for you, 4-2. Well, I want to get your thoughts on both games, Bishop and Ingleside, 4-2, 10-0. You're in the scoring. It seems like you're getting a lot of opportunities too. One thing, ladies, I wanted to say off here is that the passing is great. Like you girls pass very good. And I think the passing, it looks like you guys look to pass first. I don't see a hero ball, or at least I didn't in these two games. We know where we're going to be at. We kind of lay the ball out a little bit in front, knowing that Kandis or someone's going to go get it. Carli's going to get it. Talk a little bit about the passing. Is that something, Carli, that you guys work on consistently at practice with coaches, or is that something that's just kind of coming natural, built in on that chemistry that you guys are building with each other?
Yes, we do work. We have our passing drills and we have all of our different drills that we do. But I think our big thing we do is we do a 5v5 drill normally at the end of each practice. And I think that really helps with our passing because it grows our chemistry as we do the drill over and over again. I think that's our number one help.
Do you know how many goals you have right now?
I'm not sure.
Let me ask you this. This is for all you. Before I ask you this question, the expectations, how far do you think this team can go?
Is that for all of us? Oh.
Yeah, Carli. I want to get Carli's thoughts. How far do you think this team can go?
I think if we push super hard, I think we could probably make it to state.
That's great. That should be the ultimate goal for you girls is to be the last team standing. And that's got to be a goal, whether you reach it or you don't reach it. That's what you should strive for. And it's that ability to want to get there that's going to keep you girls playing hard, practicing hard, focused. And when you got to go, you got something you're setting yourself, some goal that you want to reach. And just until you get there, you're going to continue to work hard, put in the work to get there. So that's always a great goal to have. I had the same thing. People would tell me, well, you're never going to get there. And I said, well, that's probably right. But that's what keeps me going. Setting a goal for yourself and trying to reach it is what keeps you motivated to be good and to play hard. And so that kept me going. So I'm glad to hear that that is a goal that you girls are setting for yourself. Well, ladies, I tell you, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate your time. Again, you girls are very fun. Maybe in a couple of podcasts, maybe Coach Dan will bring the defensive girls on and we can talk defense. But these girls are very, very talented. I tell you, you got to come out and watch them play. Ari number 20, Lauren 21, Carli 6, Kandis 13. So now you have a jersey number. Now you know their faces. You've heard them talk here. When you get an opportunity, please come on out, support our soccer program. Come on out and watch some Lady Pirates soccer. You won't be disappointed. I think they're going to be very competitive. And they've got you girls are fixing to hit the tough part of your district. I think, is that correct? Toloso, Midway, London. Did you girls know, Coach? I didn't. London beat Cal Allen.
Yeah, they beat them in a tournament. I think it was a 1-0 PK shootout, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Like 1-0. So I saw that and I said, wow, Cal Allen was ranked. So London now. Do you know when London comes on?
I think you talking about when we play them?
Now when we play them?
I think it's next Tuesday, if I remember correctly.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Wow, it's going to be good. Again, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So they know what Rockport has. We know what they have. So those are going to be some great games. The London game will be here, right? The first time we play them. The Cal Allen time, the first time we play them will be at home. And then I saw that they come at the very end of like in March. I think it's when we end the season with Cal Allen here. Is that correct, Coach? You know?
Yeah, that's it.
So definitely, again, want to come out, especially these home games that we have. But the Lady Pirates are 3-0 in district. They'll have a game tomorrow here at home. I think it starts at 7:30. Coach JV is going to play early, and then the varsity. Is that correct?
Yep. JV plays at 6, and then varsity plays at 7:30.
Well, come on out. The Lady Cherokees will be in town to take on your Rockport Fort Lady Pirates. Game time for varsity starts at 7:30. If you want to get here earlier, you can check out our JV. Coach, real quick, the JV. So they beat Beeville. Is that the last game they played against Beeville?
Yeah, because we had to cancel the JV game against Ingleside because of the snow day.
Snow day. So they're 1-0. The JV, they've started out great. And if you haven't really caught, they've got some great players out there as well, doing some great things. So if you get a chance, come on out tomorrow, see both games. JV starts at 6. They're 1-0 in district play. And then the varsity stick around 3-0. They'll play at 7:30. Ladies, before I let you go, I want to get your thoughts on Coach Rasbeary. Coach Rasbeary's been here. This is his second year. He's having a lot of success, man, a lot of success in his second year here. So we love what he's doing with the program. Obviously, we're being noticed. That's what we want, and we're winning a lot of games, and we're making deep playoff runs. That's exactly what we want. But I want to get your thoughts as a player, someone that sees him daily. You see the good and the bad when he's nice, and then when he's not so nice, right? When he got to get on you girls. But Kandis, I'll go to you first. I know you just came, not sure how much you know, but you've had an opportunity to see Coach. Talk to us a little bit about your experience with Coach Rasbeary.
It's been really good. I love that he's really patient with us. He doesn't really grill us too much on what we do wrong. He just gives us examples of what we should do right, and he doesn't yell at us too much.
Except for when we're offsides.
Yeah.
So you like that? So you like a coach that doesn't yell a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, he makes it fun. I think he's very understanding to the players. I think he, sees when a player is struggling and finds a way. Good coaches find a way to get 100% from their players. They make the adjustments that need to be made for that player to put them in a position to succeed. And I believe Coach Rasbeary has that ability with our players to see when they're struggling and get the best out of them. And good coaches do that. Carli, I'll go to you. What kind of coach is Coach Rasbeary?
I think Coach Rasbeary is a very, like Kandis said, understanding coach. I'm the kind of person that I get in my head a lot whenever I mess up and I freak out. And Coach Rasbeary is the perfect kind of coach to he understands it. He understands how I get, and he's there. He doesn't yell at me whenever I mess up. He tells me what I need to fix, and then I feel calm about it. I don't feel like I'm letting him down all the time.
Awesome. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm glad that he's able, like I said, get 100% from the players. We need that. You ladies are still very young, learning the game, and there's going to be some ups and downs. And obviously, when you get down, coaches always come on this podcast and they say, there's a lot of game to play. We're going to make mistakes. I think, no one's perfect. That when we make a mistake on the field, we just gotta leave our mind, right? We still got a lot of game to play. You come back, make another big play, and make up for it. But I think it's very important that it's good to have a coach like that understands you, doesn't grill you, doesn't, at the time that you need to be lifted up, he's able to do that. If it's in practice, if it's game time, he has that ability to do that. And I think that speaks volumes for the type of coach that we have here in Rockport. Lauren, I'll give you the same question. Talk to us a little bit about your coach. You guys are young. You and Carli are only sophomores, but what's been your experience with Coach Rasbeary?
Been coached by. He never says things in a way that makes us feel down about them, and he always presents the problem with a solution to go with it. So if we do something wrong, he always knows what to do to fix it. And things that we do wrong in games, he works on with us in practice. And he's overall just very helpful coach, very positive, very nice to us, which we appreciate because I think a lot of us we take positive reinforcement better than criticism in most cases. So I think he's very good about that.
Awesome. And Captain, I'll leave it to you. You've already said a couple of words last podcast, but if you want to say something else, he's there. He's got his ears open. He's always willing to hear some good things from his players.
They basically said almost everything. Just I'll say one thing is I usually like coaches that are more hard, like yell and stuff. But Coach Rasbeary, there's just something different about him. Like you make a mistake, and sometimes I expect like him to get mad or whatever. Like if I make a bad shot, I would expect him to like yell maybe, but he corrects you. He'll be like, Shakira, get your hips turned, like something like that. And like sometimes whenever I make a mistake, I am hard on myself, and because I don't like making mistakes. And but if I feel like I'm not doing good enough, he will reassure you, make sure you stay positive, and he's just an overall like good coach. And everybody, like all these girls are lucky to have him. I'm glad I got to have him for my junior and senior year, and I hope he just keeps the program doing good whenever I leave.
Yeah, I've told on this podcast, I think Rockport Fulton is blessed to have Coach Travis Rasbeary here. I think he's done great, and we're lucky to have him. And not just because the program's doing good and we're winning. I mean, obviously, when you're winning, everybody loves you, right? Like you're the best coach, right? When you're winning. But I think for Coach, it's beyond that. And that's why we give the players an opportunity, because the community doesn't get to see the practices, right? We don't get to see the communication and the injuries that happen to the girls. And when they're in pain, the players, the coaches, and you guys get to see and build that chemistry with the coaches. And I think that's important, to have a coach that outside of the wins and losses, he can connect, communicate, and get the best out of his players. And that's really good. Well, Coach, you've heard your players talk about you. Now I'm gonna give you an opportunity to talk about them.
Yeah, I'll start with Kandis. I'll just go from right to left on my screen. So Kandis came in playoffs, and when you get a transfer kid, you never know what to expect. And the funny thing is, when you ask that kid, like, what position do you play? The answer is always forward. Like, oh, I'm a striker. I play forward. And that's the answer you get from every single kid. And then you put them on the field and you're like, yeah, you're not a striker. You're not a forward. and so when Kandis came in, like the girls said, like she fit in like immediately. Like I remember one of the first days she's in there, we're in the weight room, and I don't even remember what song was playing, and Kandis, who had only known these girls for like a week, is sitting there like dancing in the weight room, just having a great time. And then we got out on the field, and playoffs had already started. We were practicing with the varsity. The JV went home, and I remember we did a shooting drill, and she took that first shot, and I'm like, oh, like this girl can shoot. Like that's great, but how can she do with the ball? And so, I was really impressed at her ability to play. I mean, there's so much about her that's going to be hard for any team to deal with. She can shoot. She has great touches. She can pass. I mean, she's quick as all can get. So if somebody plays that ball like to her, she's gone, and she's off to the races. So I can't say enough nice stuff about Kandis. Yeah, I know I'm sweet sometimes. And then I'll go with Carli. So Carli, when she's not offsides, is yeah, you knew I was going to go there. Carli is a super talented player. I put her up last year for newcomer of the year, just because of the impact that she had. She's really the only left-footed player that we have. I have her on the left side, and her ability to somehow manage to get the ball off of another player is pretty good. Like she will stumble, she'll fall 100 times, but in the end, when she gets up, she's got the ball and she's gone. And then she'll set up for like an amazing cross. I think last year, Carli, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Carli had 2 hat tricks last year. So she's the kind of player that's gonna find the ball, that's gonna get the ball to where it needs to be, and if she sees a shot, she's gonna take it. And then you got Lauren. So Lauren was a bubble kid last year. And the thing is, like, there's a lot of people that think of bubble kid as kind of a dirty word because those kids, they suit out for varsity and then they just sit on the bench. And being a bubble kid will either make you or break you. And it's one of those things where you'll either learn from the experience or you won't. And Lauren has definitely learned from it. She got to be a part of the varsity stuff. She got to move up with playoffs, and she got to be a part of everything. And so this year, I was trying to figure out how our team dynamic looks, and there was a couple of times where we're doing like scrimmages or we're playing against ourselves, and I'm like, oh crap! Like Lauren has developed so much, and she's an extremely hard worker. I think there was one time, I think last year, where either before practice or before a game or something, I believe it was her and her dad were out there, and he's just like working with her. Like, she is a workhorse and she wants to get better. I think her dad calls her the machine. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, so neither here nor there. But she is a workhorse, and I'm glad to have her on the varsity, and she's contributing like a lot. How many goals do you have so far, Lauren? I know you had one last game.
I actually don't know.
That's how selfless our team is. They don't even keep track of their own goals. But like I said, Lauren has come a long way, and I'm glad to have her, and she's a big contribution to our team. And then you got Ari. Ari is a firecracker bundle of energy. I love Ari. Ari will give me a hard time and keep me on my toes all the time. But she's the kind of kid that you can rely on when things get tough. Like, she was talking about earlier. So, we're kind of in our we're kind of backed up against the wall yesterday, and all of a sudden I see Ari like running in with her cleats on, like backpacks in her hands, and she's like, "Raz, I'm ready," and I'm like, okay, well, as soon as you're ready, let me know. She's like, "I'm ready now," and I'm like, okay, like I'll get you in. Like, she is the person that can go into a game and make an instant impact. And I think like within the first few seconds of her going in, we had opportunities just because of her entering the field. And I think her and the rest of the forwards and the wings and the midfield and everybody else, I think they work so well together that when Ari comes in, it's like, oh, we got Ari. Okay, now we can play that long ball to her and Kandis. And so it becomes very helpful when you have, Ari and Kandis and Sadie all up top that they're gonna go full speed. They're gonna be faster than the defenders, and so it's nice to have them. I don't think there's a single girl on our team that I'd have a bad word to say about as far as their ability to play. I mean, we're stacked, and I'm hopefully we're going to be stacked for several years.
Coach, you got a great team. Ladies, the one thing I see a lot of good things about this team, but there's pressure. You put pressure on the defense for the entirety of the game when everyone is healthy and we got everybody out there. We talked a little bit about the offense. This is mainly the offense, I think, for the Lady Pirates. All four of these girls can score. They put a lot of pressure if you haven't seen the game on that defense. I mean, you take your pick. I think the passing is great, and these four girls are just a few that have the ability to put pressure on the defense and score at any given moment of the game. And I think that's why we will never, coach, be out of a game. We may, take some L's here, get a lot of wins, but we're going to be competitive, I think, in every game because of the ability to be able to score with these ladies up there, putting pressure. And then, like I said, we haven't really gotten into the defense, but they're just as impressive as the offense. I saw them the last two games, and hopefully coach will be able to bring some of those girls on, and so we can talk defense. But this team is really a team that is built. There's really, I don't want to say that there's like no weak link. I think they're very capable of scoring. I think we can shut teams down defensively. So when you look at this team, we're good offensively and defensively. And then you're seeing how it's being built, right? You heard Lauren say, last year she was in a different role. This year she's impacting just a year after, she was sitting in the bubble. Now, if you go out and watch her play, she's impacting every game, right? She's out there. She's someone that the defense has to worry about on top of her teammates there. So this is a team that can score at any time, and it's going to be a lot of fun to come out and watch them play, support them, support our program. And the next game for the Lady Pirates will be tomorrow at Pirate Stadium. The varsity plays at 7:30. They'll take on the Lady Cherokees. Definitely come on out. The weather was good today, a little windy, but not as cold as we started the week. So you can definitely come on out, put a jacket, put some gloves on, bring a blanket, put a hoodie on, but come on out and support our RF Lady Pirates. Tomorrow, if they win and beat the Lady Cherokees, they will be 4-0 in district. That is awesome. Ladies, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Hopefully, Coach will bring you guys back on a few times before the podcast, before the season ends, so we can talk more. You girls, I'm sure, are going to have more goals to talk about than what you have now. But Kandis, I'll start with you. Anything you want to add? Do you want to give a shout out to family, to a boyfriend, to another coach, anybody? This is your time to send a shout out to anybody.
I think I just shout out my family because they've been with me through everything and they put up with all the hard times I give them. So I just shout out my family.
Well, let me just say here from the Pirates Coast Sports Network, you're a very talented player. Um, I'm glad you're here playing for the Lady Pirates. We're happy to have you here. And Coach, can they still vote for her today, or did it end today?
I know I've gone on like probably 2 or 3 times the last few days and gone and voted on her. I haven't done it today. Shame on me. But I know yesterday it was. I'm sorry, Kandis. I've voted probably about 27 times. How dare I not vote today? But I know it was open yesterday. I would have to double check to see if it was open today. But like I said, I know it was open yesterday.
It's always big. One of our players up for Caller Times Player of the Week. So when you see that uh, uh, anywhere on any of our websites, vote. I mean, you can vote more than once. These players deserve it. And Kandis, that means you're being recognized. Someone's recognizing the team and the talent that we have here. So win or lose, just to be able to have your name up there means you're being recognized for the skills that you have. So continue doing what you do, and we're going to win a lot of games. Carli, I'll go to you next. Any shout outs, anything you want to add before we let you go?
I would just shout out my family like Kandis did, especially my mom, because she's definitely my biggest supporter and she is never miss a game, always there for me anytime I need her. And she pushes me to be the best that I can.
Well, I'll say thank you. We're glad that you decided to move. Your parents decided to move you here. We're lucky to have you. You have impacted last season as a freshman and this season, and we're happy. At least I'll speak for myself. I'm happy to know that you're going to be here possibly for 2 more years. And so when I think about that and the returning players that we have, it's exciting. I think we're going to be very competitive, and hopefully we'll bring a few district titles to Rockport Fulton before you ladies graduate. But continue doing what you're doing, man. You're a talent on that side of the field, and we're just lucky to have you on this team playing for us, and glad we're not playing against you. Lauren, any shout outs, family, boyfriend, teacher, coach?
I mean, it's the same thing as them again. My family, they support me so much. They're always there for every single game, especially my dad. He's coached me since I was a little kid, and I think he's definitely my biggest influence in the soccer world. And I just look up to him a lot. So they're always there for me, always supporting me in the stands, and yeah.
That's awesome, Lauren, and thank you. Continue working hard, man. I mean, you girls are. I don't know if you ever realized really how much of an impact and how good you girls really are, and what's in front of you. You know, right now 3-0, that district title is reachable for you guys. I don't know when's the last time the Lady Pirates brought a soccer district title home, but it's definitely reachable for us this year. Hopefully, we stay injury free and we bring it, but continue doing what you do. Guys are practicing hard. Obviously, we see the talent on Tuesdays and Fridays. and just keep doing what you're doing. It really is nice to hear the support that you ladies have. Lauren, your dad and your family supporting you. I think it's huge when an athlete is playing to be able to have that support. Things don't always go as planned, and to be able to have that support system to keep you up and build you up is great. So I'm glad that you guys give a shout out to your family. They're very important. They'll be there for you no matter what, through the good, through the bad. So it's nice that Carli mentions her mom. You mentioned your dad. Kandis mentions her family. That's great, man. I'm glad you guys got a great support system, and continue doing what you're doing, man. And I hope when it's all said and done, we win district. That would be huge for you guys. It would be huge for the community of Rockport to bring that district title back to Rockport. That is something that's reachable for us. And then obviously the captain, I left you for last. I do want to mention something to you. It's not soccer related, but I do know your family a little bit. So I know you and your sister are very talented. You got a younger sister that's a boxer. We've had her on the podcast. She's a talent. I think she knocks everybody out, or she wins just about every match. I don't think I've ever heard that she's lost it so far. Every time I see something, she's winning. So when you see the two high school sisters, they've got another one in middle school that's just as talented, or maybe even more talented in her sport, in boxing. I'm not sure about that. You saw the reaction from the older sister, but I do want to add this. Yesterday, you guys played basketball. The little sister had a big game. She had 16 points. I think
Yes.
I told you I saw some talent in her. She was great. Just quickly tell us about that game. What did you see from her in that game where she was just able to really shine and score 16 points and lead the Lady Pirates in that win over Ingleside?
Something that really stood out is she was hustling. She has like she's going through a little pain right now. She got like I don't know what had happened, but she like messed up like her like somewhere on her thigh a little bit, like her quad. And I knew she was in pain, so I didn't think she was gonna do like as good as she usually does. But she was still hustling, and she went in every time she went in, she was fighting. Like she's trying to earn that playing time back. She was working her butt off. Um, she I don't know if she really did anything different. I just think everybody had a good game. Whenever everybody's on good terms, like everybody's doing good, then that's whenever like the energy picks up. I think that's what it was. Like the energy was just so good yesterday. Everybody was like smiling. I don't think I've seen anybody really sad. And I think yesterday's game was just overall just the best game we had. And something I don't understand is how we blew them out this round, but we didn't. We kind of lost to them last round. I just really hope that we had that same energy as we did the first time we played them, but I'm glad we did beat them this time around.
It was awesome. And that same thing goes with soccer, right? You win some, you lose some. I think that's why Coach
Yes.
Rasbeary says even when you girls aren't having your best game, and that's going to happen from time to time, just not feeling it. I mean, sometimes you get up and you play the game and it's just not going in rhythm. Those are the ones you got to grind out. And that's, I think, where coaches say, don't get down on yourself. You're not going to win every game 10-0, 5-1. There's some that you're going to have to grind out. But when you're not playing your best game, you can still do other things, play defense, hustle, do whatever you got to do to help your team win. So when things aren't going your way, ladies, continue to just play hard, play together, grind one out if you have to, but play together, stay tough, be smart, stay focused, and you'll always be and give yourself a chance to win. Thank you very much. Number 20, our captain, Aariana Valadez. Number 21, Lauren Holden. Number 6, Carli Trebilcock, and number 13, Kandis Tidwell. These girls are fantastic. They're very talented. Come on out to see them next game Friday, tomorrow, Pirate Stadium, 7:30 p.m. against Tolosa Miller. Thank you, ladies. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Well, Coach, again, very impressive. Thank you for bringing the ladies out. It's always fun to have them on the podcast, but they are very talented, Coach. And really, when we talk about your team, you're well balanced this year, Coach. Looking at the last two games that we've seen in live stream, offensively, a lot of weapons, a lot of ways to score, puts a lot of pressure on the defense, on the goalie. Defensively, just as impressive. Got a lot of talent on the defensive side. I would say that maybe your captain on that defensive side is Caitlin Garcia. She's very smart, plays smart, real smart. I've watched her play the last 2 games. She's just a very, very smart soccer player. Not only athletic and talented, but just smart, understanding the field, the positions, and making it harder for the team to score. So you've got it all this year in a district, coach, that is still very tough. As good as we say the Lady Pirates are, and there are some tough teams in this district, man. It's not going to be a cakewalk. London, Cal Allen, Toledo Midway, and Ingleside, they were tough. This team came in last night, coach, 0-2. They didn't play like an 0-2 team. They played tough, gave Rockport a game. Let's recap yesterday's game. 4-2, Ingleside comes in, scores first. You wanted to see how the girls were going to react. They come back and get a goal. They didn't let up. Talk to us a little bit and give us your thoughts on the game. But if you can break it down from us, offensively, what you saw against Ingleside, and then defensively, what you saw.
Yeah, Coach Lynch. I think you had him on the podcast. Coach Lynch does a very good job with his girls. They had a goalkeeper that was phenomenal. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal. She made a couple of saves that I don't think a whole lot of girls in district would make those saves. The thing about Ingleside is they're very quick. They have a girl number 12 for them that she had a suspension, so she didn't get to play. But she's super, super, super quick. And so you can tell that they're so used to being able to play that quick ball and not having her hurt a lot. And then, our defense is solid. I know you saw on the broadcast. I mean, we've got Katie back there, and Katie's super, super, super intelligent. Katie is the vocal leader. She's also like the team's heart. I mean, she's all over the place. She's one of the toughest kids that we have on the team, and she leads our defense very, very well. And so as they're trying to play those long balls, I mean, she is leading that defense to corral those balls, and like you said, they're either clearing it back downfield or they're playing a smart play and just kind of passing it out of bounds to kind of let us recover. And then we had our forwards. So like our midfield, you got Kara Hill, who plays kind of a holding mid position for us. And then you've got Lauren. I mean, they're working hard in the midfield. The formation that we run, there's a lot of times where we only have, 2 kids that are sitting in the midfield against 3 or 4, depending on the team that we're playing. And so, it says a lot about those kids, the fact that, they can play in a big chunk of land with 2v3. That says a lot about them. And then, you got our outside wings, our midfielders, and then our forwards. I mean, we don't have a singular weapon. We have multiple. And we played Cal Allen last year, and they interviewed I think it was Caller Times interviewed one of their kids after the game, and it kind of ate at me during the summer, because the girl said, "Oh, we watched them on film. We knew exactly how they played, and we knew what their game plan was, and so we were able to shut them down in playoffs." And that just kind of irked me, because I was like, okay, well, this year we need to be a little bit more dynamic, give multiple weapons, and I think we found it. Last year they were able to shut off Ari and Monkey in playoffs, and so we were kind of one-sided. We were trying to play the ball to them a lot, and now you look at our ability. Anae and Carly have the great ability to cross the ball, and even Ari will get out there too. I mean, we have multiple weapons in multiple places, and it's going to be hard for teams to just try to figure out how to beat us, because you shut off one game plan, we have another. You shut off that one, we have another, and it's going to be very difficult for the tougher teams in our district, like London and Cal Allen, to really figure out our game plan like they were able to last year, or especially Cal Allen last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think, like I said, we don't miss a beat. This team isn't built on one player. If that player has a bad game, we're doomed. If there's an injury to that player, what do we do? That is not the case with Rockport. There are multiple of people, and these were just 4 that can score. There's others. So I think from the forward to the mids to the defense, we're solid, coach. We're solid. And like I said, to me, what's impressed me in watching these girls is just how smart they are. they play and understand the game. Sometimes you go out there and really don't understand situations, right? You kick the ball down the middle. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. We missed a goal. I mean, these other teams, uh, if they score, they've got to earn it. We ain't giving them anything. You're gonna earn every goal. If you score 4, you had to work for it. I don't think we're gonna give a free goal. I just don't see that a lot from this team. They're too smart, and I think they, in the short time, I think where you get a lot of the credit is the chemistry. Kandis just coming in, she's fairly new still, and just being able to fit right in and get comfortable quickly and build her confidence. I mean, I think she already had confidence when she came in, obviously, but to feel that, she can be herself with her teammates, that they trust her enough to go up there and score when the opportunity presents itself. I think your captains have done a great job, in Ari and Anayi and Caitlin in the back end. I think as their captains, they're doing a great job of really being the leaders of this team, the coaches on the field, and helping these younger girls develop and let them be you. Go out and be you. Yeah, we're the seniors, but we're a team. Go out and do your thing and let's go win the game. That's kind of like what I have seen. I come home and I've rewatched these games 2 or 3 times when I'm sitting here because I enjoy watching them. When you're watching the game live, you just kind of look at it and you're like, okay, you miss a lot. But when you're at home and you got time, you kind of stop it and go back, look at, you missed this, and you're seeing the movement and you're seeing what they're doing. And then you're like, man, this is just awesome to watch. And so again, it's, you got to come out and watch these girls, man. They have an opportunity to do something. Coach, do you know the last time they won district?
I could be wrong. I think it was the 2020 season. So they were in a I hate to call it this, but they were in an easier district. So they had teams like Yoakum and Port Lavaca and a couple of those other schools that don't make the same long runs that Cal Allen and London had. And so that I'm not taking anything away from that 2020 team, but I think that was the last time that they had that district championship, and then we got moved into this tougher district.
Well, it's time for us to bring another one. 2020, that's 5 years. It's time to get one. But again, talking to the community here, Rockport, Fulton, these girls have an opportunity right now. It's right there in front of them to make another deep playoff run, but bring a district title. So, what we can do as a community is get, when we get an opportunity, obviously some of the out of town games, Ingleside, not very far. We can go out there and definitely support them there. But at home, when we're at home, is where we really need to go out and be loud and cheer our girls on. Our soccer programs, they put in a lot of work, and there is a lot of talent on both sides of our soccer program. So come on out. Coaches would enjoy it. I know the kids will love it. It's a lot of fun, man. I caught 2 games, and we're going to go back and catch some more of their games, but it's exciting to watch them play. They have a lot of fun. There's a lot of smiles, but they got an opportunity, I think, Coach, to win district. And it's going to be interesting playing in a very, very tough district, 19 district. And just when you talk about Canal and London, those aren't the only tough teams. Toledo Midway will be tough. Ingleside was tough. Not sure what Kingsville, Beeville will be tough. But Coach, I wanted to get your thoughts a little bit before I let you go too. So there's this point system. So this runs a little bit different district, right? I know you explained it before, but you can get into the playoffs with a point here and a point there, correct?
Yeah. So it's not like football, and I actually had to explain this to one of the coaches earlier. Just because you have a winning record doesn't mean anything. The way we have it set up is, if you win like a 1-0 game, you get 3 points. You get 3 points, and the losing team gets 0. And if you tie, well, then each one of you get 1 point, and then you have a shootout. That person who wins the shootout gets 2 points. And so, my girls are very, very smart, and they understand how that point system works. And so as we're playing these games, they're like, okay, well, we got 3 points, we got 3 points, we got 3 points. And last year I was really good about sending out like kind of the standings and who has what points when. This year we have a new district chair who's a little bit slower getting that stuff out to, the scores and stuff. So it's hard for me to kind of stay ahead and send those out to the girls, but they're well aware of where they're at. And and they know exactly what they need to do. Last year came down to the wire. We finished our last district game, and all of us were kind of sitting on the bench waiting to find out what the Beeville and the Tolosa Midway game, how it ended up. But like I said, you can have a winning record, and it doesn't mean anything in this district.
That's true. So it's a point system. So keep that in mind for you soccer fans. I know parents that follow it and understand know that, but it's a little different. So, yes, we're 3-0, and that's great. But there's also that little point system and how a game can go. So that's something just to keep an eye on. Coach, let's talk a little bit about tomorrow's game. Again, the Lady Cherokees from Tolosa Midway will be in town. Not sure what their record is, but want to get your thoughts on what you want to see from the Lady Pirates. It's been good so far. 3-1 against Beeville, big win over Bishop. The offense has been great. The defense has been great. What do you want to see? Obviously, you want to see the win, but what do you want to see the Lady Pirates in tomorrow's game continue to get better at?
Yeah, so we spent today working a lot on shooting and finishing. Last couple of games we've had the ability to shoot, but we've had the ability to shoot wide, and so we really focused on shooting the ball correctly, getting our hips turned. Ari made the joke about me saying Shakira because that's been the running joke since I got here is your hips don't lie. And so wherever you're pointing your hips is where that ball is going to go. And so, we really focused on that. TM last year, they got a win on us at their house, and then we came to our house and they won in the shootout. They didn't have the talented players that we had last year, but what they were able to do is they were able to stack the box. And so, you get a shot off and you've got 10 girls sitting in front of you. I mean, that's pretty hard to get a goal when you have so many girls crowded in front of you. And so they were a little bit of our kryptonite. So this year, we're focusing on not just being one-sided like we were last year, and now we have those ability to cross the ball into space. And Kandis has 2 headers so far this year. She almost had another one. Yes, I keep losing track of days because we played on a Wednesday. But she almost had another header yesterday. I mean, we have the ability to not play that one-sided game that they were able to kind of stuff that box and stop us. And so, I'm looking for us to have that full consistent game and take advantage of the weapons that we have up top. And then, on the back side of it, they're going to be very hard pressed trying to break our defense. We are stacked back there. And so, what I want to see is I want to see a full game. I want to see us, execute to our ability and not play down to TM, or if TM's gotten a lot better this year, I want us to be able to go out and compete.
Absolutely. And again, that game is tomorrow, Pirate Stadium, 7:30. JV takes the field at 6. They're 1-0 in district. And then 3-0, the varsity at 7:30. They're undefeated in district play. So be a lot of fun. Come on out, support them. That's tomorrow, 7:30 at Pirate Stadium. The Lady Cherokees will be in town. Coach, before I give you the final word, injuries, is everyone healthy for us going into this game?
We got a couple bumps and bruises. Playing a Beeville and then playing at Ingleside, I mean, it's physical games. I know I went back and I watched our huddle film, and then I watched the live podcast and just tried to look at it from different angles and different perspectives. And when you play physical games like that, it starts taking its tolls. So I mean, we've got a couple girls that they've got little bruised ribs, and we got a couple girls who what did they call it earlier? Fat ankles. We've got those little bumps and bruises, but I mean, we'll be out there ready to go.
Yeah, that game last night against Ingleside was very physical for both teams. There was a lot of pushing, a lot of being knocked down. And I saw that goalie from Ingleside get hurt. It was nice to see her be able to come back on to the field and finish the game. But it is very physical. That was a physical game. So glad that we're healthy enough that all of our girls will be ready to go tomorrow. Coach, thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow. We will not be there tomorrow. We're going to be at the gym. The Pirates Cove crew will be streaming the Lady Pirates and Pirates as the 6:15 and 7:30 game tomorrow in the gym as we continue to try to build our team up. So you've heard on the live stream, we're looking for people that want to learn our system, our software. If you want to be and you're interested in doing our tech things, our training will train you. We're looking to pick up more and add more to the team, commentating, put the headsets on. If I can do it, anybody can do it, right? So come on out. You can reach me. My email, gtsports6464@hotmail.com. Send me an email if you are interested in either one, and we'll talk. You can also reach me on Messenger, or you can also reach Rick Walker, and you can reach us through Messenger. So either one of us, get a hold of us if you're interested, and we'll get you set up. As we build our team and we get more people, then we can cover more games, right? We can be able to cover more of the soccer games, more of the basketball games, and more of the baseball and softball. So building that team is really important. So if you're interested, definitely reach out to myself or Rick Walker, and we'll set you up and get you to be part of our team. It's a lot of fun, man. You have a lot of fun. Look what I do. I get to talk to the players and talk to the coaches every week. It's a lot of fun. If you love sports, this is what you want to be doing on the side when you have some spare times. Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. I've enjoyed watching the games. We plan to go back again and stream more. I know for sure on my calendar I have the Cal Allen one. That's still a ways off, but we're definitely looking to be out there for that one and catch a couple of more. But before we let you go, I want to give you the final word. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I almost sound like a broken record. I appreciate what you do for us, getting us that exposure so the girls can come out here and kind of be able to introduce themselves and kind of tell people who they are and what they're about. And, I've learned very quickly that Rockport is, this big town, but it's also got that small town feel to it. I mean, everybody knows everybody. And, I appreciate the support coming up there for the games. We last year around this time, the fan base was not near as big, and now it's growing, and the girls really appreciate the support that we're getting. I think it was maybe Ari at the game on yesterday. It was like, look how many fans we have. Like we appreciate you helping getting the word out there, so that way we can have that support system. We can have those fans out there cheering for us and supporting us. And I know the girls love it too.
Absolutely, Coach. I love doing it. I mean, I'm a Pirate. I graduated from here. I've lived here my entire life, and I love what I do. And that's why we've extended the podcast over to Ingleside and Toloso Midway, to those schools, because my whole goal is just to be able to bring out the talent in the Coastal Bend area. I think there's a lot of talent in so many sports, and that's why we want to grow the team. And here in Rockport, I just want to thank Coach Souza for giving us the opportunity to do this, right? To the support that we get from him, from our superintendent, to allow us to do this. They come on. We've had them at the SR Bullhouse where, they come out and talk, and they join the podcast. So we appreciate everything they do and the opportunity that they give us to be able to come do this for the school, for you to come on, for the coaches in Rockport who, after a long day in practice, you still come out once a week. So we appreciate what you do and the time you give us to come out here and talk about your program and your players. So thank you very much, Coach. Good luck tomorrow, man. I'm really going to be rooting for you guys. And I'll be checking my phone as soon as you send something. But if the Lady Pirates get the win, it's going to be a huge win. Again, they'll go 4-0 in district play. That is just huge, as the girls fight hard every game. Want to bring a district title home. They got an opportunity to do that and then get to that third round plus this year. This team has the ability, Pirate fans, to do that. Your responsibility, how you can help, is to come on out to the games on Tuesdays and Fridays and support these ladies. Coach, thank you very much. Good luck, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.